Hey, what's happening there, guys and girls? Hope you're having an awesome day, as always. Now, here where I live, it is quite a rural area, so you probably only have to ride a few miles in any direction to find yourself on a country road. And from my experience, country roads can be a bit hairy. So in today's video, I've got some stories for you about my experiences on country roads. Let's get to it. So in today's video, I'm riding the Kawasaki ZH2. What an awesome machine this is. If you don't know what this bike is, go check out our review. I'll leave it in the top corner there for you. But anyway, so what we'll do, we'll go out for a ride and we'll talk about some of these experiences that I've had on country roads. And as you can see, the autumn has certainly kicked in with all the orange leaves and what have you, but unfortunately here in the UK it can be quite dark and gloomy this time of year, as well, as you can see. So anyway, let's start her up and let's go for a ride. Honestly guys, I do use the quick shifter on this bike, but if you're using the clutch you get a chance to hear that turbine spinning, so it does kind of add to the whole experience of riding a supercharged motorcycle. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. So let's talk about some mad country road experiences that I've had over the years. The very first one is probably quite familiar to anyone living in the UK, and that is pheasants. Yeah, pheasants can be an absolute pain. And there was one time, this was actually on the ER6, where I was riding down some country roads. I had my wife, my then girlfriend, on the back of the ER6, and we were riding towards an area that we quite liked, you know, just for a picnic. And there was a certain part of the road where there were loads and loads of dead pheasants all over the road. They'd all been squished by cars, but there were still pheasants that were trying to cross the road. And I managed to navigate around all of the dead pheasants. But then there were a few of these pheasants that were trying to get from the other side of the road to my side. And honestly guys, if you don't know what pheasants are, they are some of the dumbest birds to live. I don't know how they still exist. They are seriously so dumb. So anyway, this pheasant sees me coming, and so they decide to keep walking. How stupid is that? They decide to keep walking straight in front of me. I had to do an emergency maneuver to evade the damn thing, and I think it just scraped the side fairing of the bike from what I remember. But yeah, oh god, and these birds are not small either. They're massive birds, at least, well, for what you get in the UK. But yeah, I mean, they're bigger than chickens for sure, and there are some massive chickens you find. But yeah, pheasants are an absolute pain in the ass. There was an occasion where my dad was driving to work, I imagine, and he told me about this occasion where there was a pheasant on his side of the road that saw him, so decided to move to the other side of the road, thinking, oh, it's all clever and all that. But it ran into the opposite side of the road, where there was another oncoming car coming, and it hit the pheasant. Of course it did. Hit the pheasant and killed it. Yeah. Honestly, there are certain times a year, I think it must be in spring coming on the summer, where pheasants they're just in massive numbers. You see them in such big numbers, and they're all dead on the roads. So anyway, for those of you that are riding out in the countryside, let me know if you've ever seen pheasants where you ride in the comments below. I'm sure a lot of you have, living in the UK, but certainly something to watch out for. I'm sure that in places like America it's more common to get deer and things like that on country roads, so I suppose it'd be better to see pheasants than deer. So the next crazy experience that I've had was completely random, and it's the kind of equivalent of a bird shitting on your head. apparently it means good luck, but it doesn't seem that way when you're riding a motorcycle. But anyway, so I was filming a vlog on the CBR 600RR. I love that bike. I miss it a lot. I'll have to get another middleweight sport bike at some point in the future, I think. What do you think, guys and girls? Let me know. But anyway, so I was on the CBR and I was riding along. I was doing about 50 miles an hour, and I think it was actually on this road, but I was traveling the opposite direction. But yeah, I literally wasn't expecting this to happen whatsoever, but a twig, well actually I think it was a bit bigger than that, because it hit the bike quite hard, but a twig fell from the trees above me and smacked straight into the fairing and straight into me. And afterwards I turned around and went back to where it had happened, and I saw no evidence of anything hitting me until I actually got back home, because I had no idea what it was that hit me when it first happened. So I had to look back at the footage when I got back home, and that's when I found that, yeah, a stupid twig fell from the skies and just hit me. But it hit me so hard because, yeah, I mean, as you can imagine, doing 50 miles an hour and you hit even just a little stick, you feel the impact of it. I mean, I was wearing all my leathers and stuff, so it didn't matter that much. But yeah, absolutely crazy thing to happen. And you can just imagine that something bigger than that falling on top of you whilst you're riding, you know, a massive branch of a huge tree falling on top of you. That's a very real thing that could happen, especially if you've had a hurricane season or something like that where you live. Yeah, just absolutely insane, man. Yeah, crazy stuff. One other thing that is a given, of course, are tractors and lorries on country roads. Well, lorries, I mean trucks. Trucks where they've got the open top bed in the back. So on country roads you see a load of shit falling from the back of tractors, from the back of these trucks, these workmen's trucks, and there's gravel all over the floor. I've had a few occasions where there's been a car in front of me, or a load of cars in front of me, and I don't see the gravel coming up, and then all of a sudden I find myself right in the path of this gravel, and believe me, that is scary. Yeah, riding into gravel is no joke, guys. For those of you that don't know, riding on two wheels on gravel can be like riding on ice. So yeah, keep that in mind. It's a horrible thing. I remember there was one time when I was riding the ZZR and this happened, and the front wheel just slid out from underneath me, but luckily the front wheel managed to find grip, and this was on a bend as well, mind you. So there is an argument to be made for sports tourists. Hey, gravel there, bloody hell, that's dangerous, guys. Gravel like that, holy moly. Yeah, the front wheel managed to find grip towards the edge of my lane. That was quite scary, because again, I was doing 40-50 mile an hour. I was doing the speed of the road, and country roads in the UK are usually 50 to 60 mile an hour. So yeah, absolutely insane. Well, some of the things that you find on country roads can be just outright deadly. So yeah, keep an eye out, guys and gals, if you want to keep yourself safe on country roads. Country roads can be a hell of a lot of fun, so I absolutely love riding country roads, and that's why most of the time whenever I'm filming vlogs, I'm on a country road. Riding in the cities is just boring. But anyway, moving on from that, there was a time when I was at a crossroads and I was just heading out towards a more rural area of the town, and there was a car in front of me. There wasn't enough room for me to filter, unfortunately, but there was a car in front of me. And so this car started driving as the lights changed, and I have no idea what it was, but they ran over something in the road which got thrown up and nearly hit me in the helmet. You know, I don't know how close it was, but of course I started moving as well because the lights had changed. And yeah, I don't know how far away this thing was from hitting my head, but it was close, and this thing went flying straight past my head. Might have been a piece of plastic or something that fell off a car, I've literally no idea. Or again, it could have been something that fell off some workman's van. It definitely fits that description. But yeah, that was scary. That was really scary. I did have my visor down, so if it did hit me, then hopefully I would have been okay. But I mean, guys, there's been times in Formula 1 where drivers have been hit by debris on the road and it's knocked them out completely and they just go flying off the track. So yeah, debris coming up at your head off the road, even just like little pebbles, yeah, it's deadly, man. Seriously, it is deadly as hell. So you got to watch out for it. And some of the potholes I've seen on country roads are, oh, they're deadly. So I think in the UK, I think it's something like a pothole has to be, I don't know, something ridiculous, like 4 inches deep before you can actually claim it off the local council for any damage to your vehicle. But 4 inches is huge. Even just a 2-inch pothole is stupidly deep. And it can cause some serious damage to your tires, to your suspension. It can cause damage to all sorts of parts of the car. And of course to a motorcycle. But on a motorcycle, if you hit a pothole that is so deep, your front wheel can get stuck in the pothole. So it just launches you off the bike over the top of the handlebars. Yeah, I've seen some nasty potholes. Again, guys, let me know what you think about potholes, but some of them in the UK have just been crazy deep. And a lot of them happen at this time of year where the moisture or the rainfall that we get at this time of year freezes inside the little cracks in the tarmac, and that's how these potholes form. They form huge cracks in the tarmac from the ice, because when ice freezes it expands inside the crevice. And yeah, as soon as a car or a lorry or a truck drives over it, it gets thrown up from the ground and it's no longer part of the road. So that's basically how potholes form. It's kind of crazy that it's literally just something as small as ice getting trapped inside tarmac, but it can cause some massive damage to people's cars. But anyway, guys and gals, those are a few of the experiences that I've had on country roads that have been absolutely crazy, absolutely insane. And it just goes to show you've got to really keep your eye out when you're riding on country roads. It is no joke. Riding on country roads can be seriously dangerous, even if it is just you on the road with no other traffic around you. It can be crazy. I mean, look, there's a tractor here that is throwing branches off the bushes that it's cutting. They just hit my boot. God's sake, man. Anyway, I suppose that wraps up this video quite well, doesn't it, guys and gals? Let me know in the comments any country road experiences you've had, any mad or crazy experiences you've had on these rural kinds of roads. And as always, make sure to leave a like and subscribe if you want to support the channel. We want to try and reach 2,000 subscribers by the end of December, so make sure you go in and smash that subscribe button. But yeah, that'll do for this video, guys and girls. Thank you ever so much for tuning in, and we'll catch you in the next one.